Afande talk about before I read the statistics, I want to thank you, Afande. In September 2014, His Excellency the President and the Commander-in-Chief paid us a visit in Chibuli. Out of the many things, we requested him to support us to build a data analysis center, which would help us digitalize the process of working with these statistics, because for a long time, police has been manual. I want to thank you, sir, before this audience and the country, that I'm so happy to report that that building has eventually been roofed within a space of 1 year. Afande, thank you, and by extension to the leadership, the president and all, because we think we are now going to be able, once we complete it, and I'm happy I saw Honorable Kazwenje, and I think in Parliament they will support us more. If we are able to equip it, we should not wait for a whole year, because we can quickly now be able to analyze even per month, per 6 months, and then these statistics can help the decision makers. So for us as CID, Afande, we are very grateful for that support. Why it is unique, it is also has been built by our police engineering. There is no contractor here. And I want to thank Ladit Apora and the team. This building has been built by Uganda Police. And we want to congratulate you on that milestone. Now, as a fact, there was a 10.2% decrease in the volume of crimes that were reported from what we reported here of 218,000 cases that were registered in 2024. Now, for us, in these last 4 years, we see a cumulative reduction in the number of cases that are reported. And that's what we account for. This does not mean at all that we are very happy when we see some incidents which are isolated, where some of our people are attacked and so on. I want to assure you that everything is being done to ensure that we can completely take these figures down, and then we remain with a manageable percentage of crime, which we cannot completely stop. But for now, this is what basically our report shows. Now, in those cases, we managed to submit 115,301 to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution, who is here. Now, out of those cases, he also managed to take 79,291 to court. Now, in those cases last year, we managed to get some persons who were convicted, and these were 31,732. These arose from a cumulative total of 24,899 cases which were convicted. But Afande, as we account to the country, we also realize there are cases that were dismissed, there are cases which were acquitted, and there are still cases in form of backlog which are still under inquiry. But having said this, there's also another category of interest, which are those we did proceed with. And I want to take this opportunity to just explain how this number grows. A big part of this country still have a problem separating criminal cases from civil cases. So you find people want to settle civil matters using the criminal justice system. Now, many times when these cases are reported, the Director of Public Prosecution, our own detectives will look at them, and eventually they will be able to advise, and many of those cases are referred back to go to the civil courts. But having said that, we can also take you slightly on a few specific slides which talk about individual cases. But before just that slide, Afande, it's very important for this audience and the country to know that from our current manpower strength as CID, we are working on a 1 to 54 detective caseload. Now, many of you who are familiar with this will realize this explains the bigger part of our backlog. One officer handling 54 cases, and globally, the desirable situation is about 1 to 12 cases. That's ranging per month. Now, this calls for a lot of capacity building, a lot of resourcing, so that we can be able to expedite the investigation. So that part is very important for you as we assess the performance of last year. Now, let's talk briefly about the cases. Thefts. Last year, we registered 56,360 cases of theft. While this number is high, for us it was again a reduction. So you realize that slowly there is some work being done, while it's not yet, we are not yet where we want to be, but clearly some gradual process of reducing the crime has been registered. On assaults, we registered 26,366, which was also a decline compared to the 29,580, which we registered in 2024. This gave us a percentage of 10.8%. On sex-related offenses, we also see we registered 606 cases, which represents 6.4% of the overall registered crimes. Now, in our view, this reduced, but I know we have a lot of stakeholders here who are working with us in this area, and we hope we shall be able to break it into patterns, the districts, the most affected areas, so that it can shape your initiatives and activities. On domestic violence, a total of 12,361 cases were registered at police stations in 2025, compared to 14,7 73 cases which were registered the previous year. And this reflected a decline of 12.2%. Of interest were also the economic and corruption-related crimes. I am happy I saw General Isoke here. I saw the representative of the IGG. While police once in a while comes in to support this effort of anti-corruption, those people are the lead agencies, really. But in terms of what was reported on our side, we see a total of 11,548 cases that were registered, which was a slight decline from what had been registered the previous year. Now, there is another area of interest to the public, the break-ins. A total of 11,818 cases were reported to police in 2025, compared to 13,511 which were reported in 2014. This gave us a decrease of 12.5%. But let there be no doubt in your minds that any break-in is a concern to the police. I've watched up front how some of these incidents that have happened, and our colleagues are all concerned, especially if we can't resolve and make the streets very, very calm. But
the Director of Public Prosecutions, the Chair, Defense and Internal Affairs, my colleague, the Deputy Inspector General of Police, my colleagues, the directors present of the Uganda Police Force, the senior officers of the UPDF, the senior prisons officers, all our partners from the different agencies, all protocol observed. Good morning. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome and thank you for sparing your valuable time to come and join us in this launch. It's my honor and privilege to present the Uganda Police Force Annual Crime Report 2025. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the Annual Crime Report 2025 provides a comprehensive analysis of crime trends, patterns, and collective efforts of the force. It is also a tool for accountability, transparency, and strategic planning. The report indicates crime dropped by 10% in comparison to the 4.1% in 2024. This milestone is attributed to several factors, which I'm going to enumerate. We realize that there is a clear chain of command and control which has improved decision making. I'm confident that under my stewardship, the Uganda Police Force shall continue to improve command capabilities through trainings and mentorship at all levels. The existence of a strong interagency mechanism under the able leadership of the Chief of Defense Forces has enhanced effective twinning of our capabilities. I thank with gratitude all the members of the interagency. The implementation of sub-county policing model is giving the Uganda Police Force mileage over crime. This has enabled the Uganda Police Force to bring policing services closer to the communities. And I would like to note here, this is still work in progress. We are not yet fully to all the sub-counties of this country. And I believe once we get there, we shall have a better crime report in the years to come. We have so far covered 56% of the sub-counties, and efforts are being made to cover all sub-counties, including providing them with relevant resources. There has also been upward increase in acquisition and effective utilization of force multipliers, especially CCTV, canine services, forensics, better equipment, and other IT-related solutions. Over the past year, Uganda Police Force sustainably executed intelligence-led operations and investigations in this country, and I would like to recognize the efforts of the major players in this area. In terms of intelligence, I think our Crime Intelligence Directorate has done a great deal. Focused operations, the commanders on the ground, we appreciate them, and the CID for following through to ensure that we process all these suspects to where they are supposed to be processed to. This has facilitated proactive policing. And I urge all officers of the Uganda Police Force to continue engaging with the communities, but also always keep with the realization that our strength is beyond ourselves. Our strength is in mobilizing all the good residents and the citizens of this country to ensure that we are always on top of the situation. We have strengthened the working partnerships with the MDS, the Judiciary, Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, JSP, formerly Gyros institutions, local governments, international partners, and PSOs, which has enabled us to build synergies in our strategies. Ladies and gentlemen, without disorganizing the protocols, allow me to recognize the presence of one of our members of parliament. I think I've seen him. If my eyes can still allow me, I want to welcome. And gentlemen, without taking a lot more of your time, allow me to invite the Director of Criminal Investigations. After him will be the Director of Traffic and Road Safety. After him will be the Director of Fire Prevention and Rescue Services to take us through the summary of the report. I thank you.
Thank you.